Welcome to the Old Time Radio Westerns. I'm your host, Andrew Rhynes, and I'm excited to bring you another episode. This is one of over 80 episodes released monthly for your enjoyment. You can find more Western shows at our website by going to OTRwesterns.com. Now, let's get into this episode.
A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver. The Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again. Come on, Silver. Let's go, big fella. Hi-yo, Silver. In Texas, the Lone Ranger and Tonto frustrated an attempt to steal a shipment of gold and captured the outlaws. After turning over the gold and the captured crooks to railroad detectives, the masked man and his Indian friend started east to meet Dan Reed, the Lone Ranger's teenage nephew. They rode hard all day. Darkness was falling when they reached the hills on the outskirts of Mercersville. There, the Lone Ranger signaled a halt.
The big fellow. We'll camp here, Tonto.
We still 7-8 hours ride from Mulehide. Dan expect to meet us there in morning.
We've traveled hard. Scout and Silver need a rest. We'll send word to Dan. I'll write a message for you to take to the Western Union office. It'll be waiting for Dan when he reaches Mulehide in the morning.
Not good.
I'll make camp while you're gone.
Tonto removed his saddlebags and blanket roll and left them in camp while he rode into Mercersville.
Oh, Scout. Oh, fella. Easy, Scout.
He drew rein in front of the local office of Western Union and went inside.
Me wants
Just a minute, Injun. I've got a message here that has to be finished.
Oh, me wait.
You want to send a telegram?
That's right.
Know how to write it out yourself? There's a pad on the desk. Write it out while you're waiting.
Me do it.
The message had already been written by the Lone Ranger, but Tonto copied it on the proper form, and by the time he had finished, the operator flipped the key and approached the desk.
Now, what's on your mind, Injun?
Here, message. You send it to Mulehide.
You have the cash to pay for it?
Here. Here, money.
Right. Well, I'll tend to it as soon as the line is clear.
The following morning, the westbound train was on schedule when it reached Mulehide. A number of people were on the station platform watching to see if any new arrivals came to town. They were somewhat disappointed when only 2 people stepped down from the train. One was a big, heavily bearded man, and the other was a teenage boy named Dan Reed. Dan stood on the station platform and looked around while the train gathered speed to continue its westward journey. When he didn't see Tonto, he went inside the unpainted wooden building. The station master looked at him quizzically.
What can I do for you, youngster?
Nothing, thanks, sir. I'm waiting for a friend of mine to meet
What's
me.
your name?
Dan Reed.
Come in on the westbound train, huh?
Yes, why?
I thought so when I saw you carrying that handbag. I have a telegram for you.
Oh, for me?
Yep. It's addressed to Dan Reed, care of Mulehide Station Master. And it's marked, hold for arrival. Here you are, lad.
Thanks.
If you hadn't come to claim it, I'd have had to go looking for you. Yeah, hope it isn't bad news.
No, it's a message from my friend.
Yeah?
He'll be a few hours later than he expected. He wants me to wait for him at the telegraph office.
Well, the Western Union office is the building down the tracks a ways. Turn left when you leave here, and you can't miss it.
Thanks.
Smokey Vaughn will be on duty.
Before going to the telegraph office, Dan decided to have breakfast. In the Silver Dollar Cafe, while he waited for his meal, he read a newspaper he had bought in Denver. He didn't notice a man named Cheeto, who had been a fellow passenger on the westbound train, enter the cafe. Looking neither to the right nor the left, the tall, heavily bearded traveler strode toward a room at the rear of the dining room. 2 men were there waiting for him. The 2 gunslingers who welcomed him were named Elk and Brush.
Well, hi, Cheeto.
Glad you got here. Elk and I have been waiting for you.
Yeah? Well, I didn't expect to see you 2 here.
Why not? This is where we agreed to meet you.
Well, I thought maybe your other activities might prevent your coming.
Huh? What do you mean, Cheeto?
This is what I mean. Take a look at this newspaper I picked up in Denver.
Well, what about it?
What about the stage robbery you pulled in the hills west of Denver a week ago?
Well, you see, boss, Brush and I were on the way here to meet you, and we were low on cash.
We figured the easiest way to get it would be to rob the stage.
Well, you figured wrong.
Yeah, plenty wrong. There was no strong box on that wagon and no passengers. The driver and guard had less than $50 on them.
So you took it and shot them.
Yeah. But how'd you know?
Why, the whole story's here in this newspaper. There's a doggone good description of both of you.
How'd they get
The
it?
driver lived long enough to describe you.
Then the law wants Brush for murder.
You're as guilty as he is.
But I didn't shoot them. Brush is the one who...
Tell that to a jury. I should have known better than to count on you 2 for helping the gold robbery.
Hold on, Cheeto. If you think you can back out on a deal,
I'm going through with it.
You'd better.
Brush and I have traveled a long way to be on hand for this job, boss. After we read your letter, we figured you had big plans.
Plans are completed. $50,000 in golden currency will be on the eastbound train when it leaves Texas.
Oh. When's it leave?
A man named Jackson will send a wire from Texas to let us know.
He's local if he's sending you a telegram about the shipment.
Why, as soon as the train's robbed, the law will look for you.
The telegram's to be sent to railroad officials in Denver. He'll send the message at 10 o'clock this morning. Now, to reach Denver, it'll have to go through the Mulehide office.
Well, how'll we get it?
Why, Elk knows the Western Union Code.
Sure, I studied it, but I don't...
You and Brush are going to the Western Union office, and you'll be there when the message comes through.
Oh, I savvy. As soon as Elk hears the message, we'll know when to move.
Right. Now, we'll head west from Mulehide. Brush, you and I'll board the train as it starts up the grade at Bent's Mountain. Hold guns on the engineer and force him to stop. Elk will follow along the tracks with the horses.
Hey, the robbery will be a cinch.
Now,
when we got the gold and the cash, we'll take it to a cave in Sulphur Flats. We'll hide out there until it's safe to move.
Provided we stay out of jail long enough to leave Mulehide. With the description of us in that newspaper.
You needn't worry about this newspaper.
The folks in town buy those papers off the train.
Those papers were sold out a long time before the train reached Mulehide.
Huh?
I bought and destroyed every one of them. So you're in the clear. For a while, at least. But you'll have to be on guard. Keep your guns handy when you go to the Western Union office. I'll meet you there later.
You want us to head for the telegraph office now?
Oh, there's no need to go there before 10 o'clock. If you boys haven't eaten, I'll buy you a meal.
Oh, we've been on short rations.
Then call a waiter. We'll give him our order.
It was nearly 9:30 when Dan Reed finished breakfast. He tucked the newspaper he'd been reading into his pocket, paid his bill, and left the cafe. A short time later, he entered the telegraph office where a young operator named Smoky Vaughn was on duty. Dan introduced himself and explained that he would like to wait outside the building for his Indian friend. Smoky protested.
Oh, there's no need to wait outside. Sit down right here and make yourself at home.
Thanks.
You talk like an Easterner. Is this your first trip west?
No, I've been in school in the East.
Oh, you must have come in on the westbound train.
Yes, I did.
I wish I were going out on the eastbound. I asked to be assigned to one of our western offices because I figured it'd be more exciting than staying home.
What?
They sent me here.
Don't you like it?
Oh, it's a fine place for a fellow who wants a routine job. Nothing ever happens in Mulehide.
How long have you been here?
6 months. So far, I haven't seen any western bad men or savage Indians.
Too bad you weren't on the westbound stage from Denver a week ago.
Well, why? What happened?
2 western bad men shot and robbed the driver and the guard.
Yeah?
Here's a Denver newspaper with the whole story.
Well, let's see it.
Go ahead and read it.
Smoky Vaughn was reading the account of the robbery and murder when Elk and Brush reached the telegraph office. He looked up from the borrowed paper and gasped.
What
The 2 outlaws caught his look of wide-eyed surprise. It was reflected in the expression on Dan Reed's face, for he too recognized the newcomers as the murderers described in the newspaper story. Then Elk saw the masthead of the newspaper in Smoky's hands.
Denver paper, huh?
Smoky dropped it and reached for his gun.
Leave it in leather, mister. You're covered.
Elk, what's the idea of pulling a gun?
This brass pounder recognized us.
Huh?
Take a look at the paper he was reading.
Hey, it's the same as the one Cheeto brought from Denver.
You're killing
I'll blow your head off if you call for help. That goes for you too, youngster. Get your hands up.
All right. Cheeto said none of those papers reached Mulehide.
He made a mistake. I'll keep these 2 covered. You get Cheeto. Bring him back here on the double.
A few minutes later, Brush returned to the Western Union office with Cheeto. The big man's face was flushed with suppressed anger, and his voice was sharp as he asked Smoky,
Where'd you get that newspaper?
Well, I...
Maybe a pistol whipping will loosen your tongue.
Well, I don't...
Quit stalling.
I gave him the paper.
Oh, where'd you get it?
In Denver.
Denver.
Hey, I recognize this youngster. He got off the train ahead of me.
How many papers did he have on him when he got off the train?
You better answer that question, youngster.
Don't tell him anything, Dan.
Maybe he'd rather see us put a bullet through you.
No, don't shoot him.
And talk.
Well, that's the only paper I have.
Are you sure?
Of course I am. Why would I want more than one newspaper?
You figure he's telling the truth, Cheeto?
Whether he is or not, we got to move fast. Tie and gag these 2. I'll keep them covered.
Right. The telegraph
I'll
key.
take care of it.
But if someone comes to the
I'll
office...
tell him I took over for you while you went to get a meal. Still. And just to make the story convincing, to get you and the boy out of sight.
We ought to shoot him and be done with it.
Shot'd bring everyone in town here to investigate.
Yeah, but they'll talk.
We'll be out of town before they have a chance. I'll make those ropes tight, Brush.
All right. No. That'll hold you, mister. Now I'll tie this bandana across your
You
mouth.
crooks can't get away with breaking into a Western Union office.
Tie it. There.
Now wrap him on the head with your gun barrel.
What for?
If he's unconscious, he can't hear the telegraph key.
Oh, I savvy.
That did it.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
Drag him into the storeroom, Brush, and keep an eye on him. If he shows any sign of coming to, hit him again.
What about the boy? You want me to knock him out, too?
There's no need to worry about him understanding the telegraph code. Elk will put ropes and a gag on him, then haul him into the storeroom with his pal.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger adventure. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue. Dan Reed knew that a rap on the head with a gun barrel would quickly silence him if he tried to call for help. So he decided to make the best of the situation. As long as he remained conscious, there was a chance to learn more about Cheeto's plans. He made no protest as Brush tied and gagged him, then dragged him to the office storeroom. Brush stayed in the storeroom to make sure Smokey didn't regain consciousness. Dan listened tensely as the telegraph key began to sound.
This is it, Cheeto. The message we're waiting for.
Be sure you get it. Hey, Brush, is that telegraph operator conscious?
No.
If he comes to, crack him on the head. I don't want him to hear this message.
The Lone Ranger had taught Dan the Morse code several years ago, and the boy had learned the lesson well. He could send and receive telegraph messages easily and quickly. Now, as Brush watched Smokey, Dan concentrated on the closely spaced dots and dashes.
So here it is, Cheeto. I wrote it down.
Good. We're all set. Come on, Brush.
What about these two?
Lock the storeroom door and leave them there. By the time they're found, we'll be a long way from town.
But if a posse starts
We'll
after
cover
them-
our tracks.
But the boy and the operator will talk.
Of course they'll talk. They'll tell the law we were here, but they can't tell any more than that.
Oh, I reckon you're right. There's no way for them to know that we're going to...
Shut up. Youngster will hear you. Now lock that door, and we'll hit the saddle and clear out of here.
Right.
After the key turned in the storeroom door, Dan heard the three men leave the office. A moment later, they rode away. Several hours passed before anyone entered the isolated telegraph office. Then Dan and Smokey heard the outer door open. Dan raised his feet and pounded his boot heels against the storeroom door. Quick steps crossed to the door. The door rattled. Then Dan heard Tonto call.
Dan, you inside?
In answer to his friend's question, Dan pounded the door again. Tonto understood.
He break down door.
Tonto threw his weight against the locked door. He hit it with his shoulder once, twice. As he struck it the third time, the wood splintered. A moment later, the Indian was inside the storeroom.
Here, let me take gag from mouth, Dan. Then cut the ropes. There, gag out.
Gosh, thanks, Tonto.
You hurt, Dan?
No, I'm all right.
Oh. Who that fella?
The telegraph operator. 3 crooks came here. They tied us and locked us in the storeroom.
You free now, Dan. Why
Thanks.
crooks tie you an operator?
We recognized 2 of them as the outlaws who robbed the westbound stage out of Denver last week. The law wants them for shooting the guard and driver.
Here, me take your gag out. Cut ropes.
Thanks, Injun.
You said 3 crooks, Dan. Who other feller?
Well, his pals called him Cheeto. I don't know who he is. All three of them were waiting for a telegraph message. They left here as soon as they got it.
There, your rope's cut now.
Thanks for cutting, Tonto.
Not all right. You're welcome. What telegraph message?
Well, it was sent by a man named Jackson in Texas. He said the eastbound train left on schedule with a fortune in gold and currency in the express car.
Me know about that shipment.
Dan, I didn't hear any message like that. Are you sure of what you're saying?
Well, you were knocked out so you couldn't hear it, Smokey. I suppose Brush would have knocked me unconscious, too, if he'd suspected that I know the telegraph code.
Well, maybe so. But why would those three be interested in an eastbound gold shipment unless they... Oh, hey. Do you figure they'll rob that train?
It sound that way. Dan, you go to sheriff's office. Tell him what happened here.
Right. Where's the Lone Ranger?
Him wait for us in hills west of town. Me go tell him about crooks.
Why, did you say the Lone Ranger?
That's right.
Dan, do you know the Lone Ranger?
Yes, Smokey.
But why didn't you tell me? Oh.
What's wrong?
Things are moving too fast for me. A couple of hours ago, I was complaining that nothing ever happened in Mulehide. Since then, I've had enough excitement to last the rest of my life. Now I find out that the Lone Ranger's around here.
Me see you in town later. Dan.
Right, Tonto.
I'll get busy at the telegraph key and send warnings about those crooks at towns east and west of here. Oh, what? They cut the wire. I'll have to repair it before I can send any messages out of here.
See you later, Smokey. I'm going to the sheriff.
All right, I'll get busy.
Get him up, Scout!
As Tonto raced away from the office toward the hills, Dan ran along the tracks toward town. In his hand, he carried the Denver newspaper the three crooks had overlooked in their haste to get away. He passed the railroad station and continued running until he reached Mulehide's main street. Then, slowing to a fast walk, he hurried to the sheriff's office. As he mounted the steps, the door of the office opened, and Sheriff Hedges appeared in the doorway.
There, slow down, lad. What's your trouble?
Sheriff, I've just come from the Western Union office.
Well, step inside and get your breath. Sit down, son.
Thanks.
You're a stranger in town, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I came in on the westbound train.
Yes, see.
I was to meet a friend of mine at the Western Union office. Smokey asked me to come in and wait inside. I had this newspaper with me.
Well, let me see. A Denver paper, eh?
Yes, sir. There's a description of a couple of crooks in it.
It says there was a stage robbery and murder.
The crooks shot the guard and driver.
Well, there's a mighty good description of them here.
Those two were in Mulehide, sir.
What's that?
They came to the telegraph office. Smokey and I recognized them, so they tied and gagged us.
Yeah, go on.
Then they went to get the man who's their boss. His name's Cheeto.
Never heard of him.
They brought him to the office and knocked Smokey out so he couldn't hear a certain message when it came through. But I heard the message and I understand Morse code. I found out those crooks are after a gold shipment on the eastbound train.
Are you sure of that?
Ask Smokey if you don't believe me. There's no other reason why they'd be interested in that gold. The Lone Ranger and Tonto are on their way.
Did you say the Lone Ranger?
Yes, sir.
Is he around here?
Yes, and by this time, Tonto's told him about those crooks.
Well, I'll get a posse together right away. We'll head for the tracks and ride to meet the eastbound.
Meanwhile, Tonto had given the Lone Ranger a complete report of what had happened. When he finished speaking, the masked man said,
Tonto, that's the shipment we recovered from crooks a week ago.
That's right. Shipment leave express office in Texas late last night.
Aboard the eastbound train.
Train still a long way from Mulehide.
Yes, and before it reaches town, it'll climb the grade at Bent's Mountain.
And that plenty good place for hold-up.
The train will travel up that grade slowly. It'll be a simple matter for those men to board it.
Dan, go to Sheriff. Tell him about Crook's plan. Maybe Sheriff get posse and follow Crooks.
They have a head start. By the time the sheriff is ready to go after them, the robbery may be over. Easy, steady, big fella. Come on, Tonto.
Where we go?
To Bent's Mountain.
We try to head off train?
Yes, and there's no time to lose. Come on, Silver!
Get 'em up, Scout!
Silver-shod hoofs pounded the plains. Mile after mile was covered as the Lone Ranger urged the great horse.
Come on, Silver!
The masked man looked at his watch. Time was growing short.
Got to reach the mountain ahead of the train. Faster, big fella, faster! The gallant Silver responded with a burst of speed that left Tonto and Scout far behind.
As they approached Bent's Mountain, the Lone Ranger heard the whistle of the eastbound train.
Come on, Silver!
They reached the crest of Bent's Mountain and started down the slope as the speeding train raced toward the grade. The Lone Ranger guided Silver to the shelter of trees paralleling the tracks. Then, halfway down the steep hill, he slowed the mighty horse to a halt.
Oh, Silver, oh, easy, steady.
He swung from the saddle and drew his guns. Below him on the slope, 3 men emerged from a place of concealment among the trees. Their faces were covered with bandanas.
It's set to climb aboard, Frost.
As they moved toward the train, the masked man fired. A bullet brushed Cheeto's shoulder. Cheeto grabbed his wounded shoulder as Elk and Brush whirled to face the attack. Elk's gun roared and Brush was about to fire, but Tonto had joined the fight. His gun seconded the Lone Ranger's. A silver bullet smashed Elk's weapon while Brush stared at the wound in his gun hand. Cheeto tried desperately to rally his companions while there was still time.
Blast him! Let him have it! Get him down! We gotta board that train!
My hand, I'm hit!
My gun smashed!
Oh, you fool!
Though he was wounded in the shoulder, Cheeto made one last effort to kill the Lone Ranger and Tonto.
Drop that gun or I'll break your arm.
I'll get you!
Cheeto's bullet ripped the sleeve of the masked man's shirt.
My arm is broken!
You were warned.
You hurt, Kemosabe?
No, Tonto.
The train reached top of hill.
My arm! Oh.
Yes, it'll reach Mulehide safely. So will these 3. Take their guns and tie them, Tonto. We'll take them back to town.
On their way back to town with the prisoners, the Lone Ranger and Tonto met Sheriff Hedges and a 6-man posse. They took charge of the prisoners. Then the sheriff said,
Mister, I reckon you're the masked man Dan Reed told me about.
Yes, I am, Sheriff.
Well, I'm proud to meet you. And incidentally, the lad's waiting for you at the telegraph office with Smoky Vaughn.
Tonto and I'll go there at once.
Maybe we'll see you there later, eh?
I hope so. Come on, Tonto.
Be ready, Kemosabe.
Adios, Sheriff.
Hey, goodbye, and thank you.
Come on, Silver!
All right, boys, let's take these critters to jail.
Right, Sheriff.
I told you we should have killed that boy and the telegraph operator, Cheeto.
I'd have killed him myself if I'd have known things would work out this way.
I never figured they weren't cahoots with an engine and a masked man.
Not just a masked man, Elk. That man's the Lone Ranger.
Adios, Silver!
This is a feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated, created by George W. Trendle Produced by Trendle Campbell Muir Incorporated, directed by Charles D. Livingston, and edited by Fran Striker. The part of the Lone Ranger is played by Brace Beemer. This is ABC Radio Network.
This has been a presentation of OTRWesterns.com, and we hope you enjoyed. Please take some time to like and rate this episode within your favorite podcast application. Follow us on Facebook by going to OTRWesterns.com/Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to OTRWesterns.com/YouTube. Become one of our ranch hands and unlock some exclusive content. We want to thank our most recent ranch hands, Steve and Ron W., who joined us recently. You too can join by going to OTRWesterns.com/donate. Send us an email, podcast@OTRWesterns.com, and you can call and leave us a voicemail, 707-986-8739. This episode is copyrighted under the attribution non-commercial share-alike copyright. For more information, go to OTRWesterns.com/copyright. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.